All right. So yesterday I got a comment in my previous video that asked about how to create a specific effect that originally created on Webflow, and we will try to recreate it on Wix Studio. So he referred to me to this video, which is this one. This guy, Mizko, is in general he's amazing. He have tons of content. So he created this effect that when you moving your mouse, it's kind of highlighting, like put some light on some mesh layout in the section. So let's see how it looks. So you can see it's moving the cursor, and the mesh is getting light. So he created on Webflow. He used Figma. Okay, he started with Figma, created the tile layout, as you can see right here, and then basically he created the effect on Figma and then recreated on Webflow. So as you can see right here, this is a commercial, so we don't care about it. All right, so I've created on Studio. It's you can see right here, this is a blue color. Of course you can choose any color that you like. This is so simple to achieve. You just need, it took me I need to play with it a bit, but it's not that complicated. So in desktop you can see that this is follow my mouse, but in mobile, which I didn't see the version in mobile in that tutorial, because we don't have the follow mouse effect, because we don't have the mouse. So I've created a different effect, which is a loop animation. So the light is moving from the top to bottom and repeat. So we will create it on Studio. So this is how the editor looks like. This is the final result, and you can see that I have a section. I have a wrapper container that contain everything, and this container, it's actually the mesh container, and it has some CSS, and this is the light. All right, so if I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but if I'll move this container, so you can see it's actually a light. All right, so it's basically a container with some blur effect. So what do we need? First of course we will create everything from scratch. So first of all, I need a container. Let's set its minimum height to 100 ph just to get the full screen experience. And then I will remove the background color. We don't need the background color. So currently the background color is coming from the page, but you can use the background color. It's not affecting our effect. The second thing that we need is a container, and this container will be it will be the mesh. Okay, so let's stretch it. It fills the entire section, and let's give it a name. This will be the mesh, or it's the content wrapper mesh, and we will add some CSS to it, so it's good to know. All right, so this one, and we have this stack, but we don't really need it for this example. So we need now the container that will be the light. Where is it? It's right there. I don't need you here. I need you here. So let's give it a different color, so we'll see what we are doing. And responsive width and height. So and it also should be square, circle, but we'll see later. It's circle with border with corners. So 20 VW by 20 VW. So this is give us a square, and then we can change the radius to something like this, and now it's always at the same proportion. Great. Now let's see. So this container, it will be our light. So once we are moving our mouse, basically it's exploring the mesh. But it should be a child of the section, not the content wrapper. So let's cut it and go to the section and paste it. Now it's a child of section. Now let's create the mesh. So quickly, as you can see, I already create the code, but let's copy the mesh and put it right here. So immediately you can see that we have a mesh. So let's see what's happened here. So background repeat is repeating, which means that we are taking some content and repeat it, not stretch it, we keep it at the same proportion and repeat it. Now the source of the image is, let's go to the media, let's go to the site files that we are uploaded. Now let's copy the link of this desktop tile and we put it right here. All right, so this is the source. If I click on it to open it in different tab, you can see this is our element, the image we've created. The background size by default is, I think it's the same size as the file itself, but it's good to I put it right here because maybe you want to change it. For example, if I'll change it to 150 pixels, so you get a different scale, but the image will be less sharp. All right, if you do it less, then I think it's okay than original size. Okay, now you can see it's super small. All right, and I don't want the squares to, let's comment this out. You see that the mesh is starting from top. Sometimes it doesn't look that good, so we sometimes switch in the position where it starts. So basically it starts around here. You can do like less, like I don't know, 10, and it should work just fine. All right, so let's keep it that way. And now you are wondering from where this line's color is coming from, because basically we exported a black shape. Okay, this is black. By the way, if you want this color, this square's color to be different, you need to export it as an image. But we don't have white in our image, so the white is coming from the background of the container itself. So if I'll change the background to something else, you will get a different experience. So we will keep it on white, but super light, just something like this. Let's do like 15% percentage. All right, so currently we see the mesh, right? But we now need to create the glow, right? So for that, we are going to use this container and give it some blur effect. So I give the class of light. So you can see now the container is kind of glowing, right? It looks like a spot of light. And of course, you can change the color from here. Now, we also want to make this shape follow our mouse. So let's select the mouse effect, do track. We need responsive units. Let's do like 25, something like this, maybe 50. I don't remember the value that I did, but seems okay. But still, this is not exactly the effect that we wanted to have, right? Because it's not looks that good. So remember that we've created an image with transparent border. So what if we'll take this shape and put it behind uh, behind this content wrapper? So let's drag it like this. So now you can see that we see this blue area only in the middle where this shape is um, uh, exist. What's happened if we'll take the container background and move it um, like we have nothing of it? So now you can see clearly that this container create this mesh experience, and if you preview it, so it's actually revealing the mesh, right? But in the original example, this wasn't the case. We have what's happened. We do want to see a bit the lines, but then spot of color. Okay, so I think the class were gone. Let's go to the light. Yeah, light. Oh, sorry, the light. So now let's change it to be super clear. So you can see that when I'm moving my mouse, it's explore the mesh. All right, of course, if you make it smaller, so the effect will get smaller, and if you make it bigger, it will reveal more area, like bigger area. So let's set it to be white, okay, and then let's publish the website to see the live example, and then we will move to mobile to see how we can create a bit different experience. So you can clearly see we need to check what's going on here, but you can clearly see that when I'm moving my mouse, it's adding some light to the mesh. Let's think what's happened there. So the content is in the right place. Maybe by mistake I've changed the position. Now it looks okay. This is because of the max width. Okay, I do have here max width, so it stops at 1000 and 6000 pixels. So let's toggle it off. I'm wondering if it exists here also. No. So now it will always fill the entire space of the section, as you can see right here. So now it's fixed. So every content that you put here inside this mesh container, it will be it will not affect the effect, because let's see if we can add something. Let's add an image, for example. So it will reveal behind this one because our light is behind the mesh. All right, and of course you can I showed you how you can change color based on your design. All right, so let's jump to mobile. So in mobile now you can see that the sizes of each box is different. Here it's 50, here it's 30. Basically it's because I've created another media query only for mobile, and here I specify different values. So actually we don't need a repeat because it's a global. And here you can put a completely different image. For example, just for this example, let's go to the media and let's do something like this. Let's add this shape, for example. All right, let's save it. So now if I'll copy this URL, I can get a completely different experience in mobile. As you can see right here. All right, so this is the general idea. This is what I've created, although you don't really have to change it. But I changed the background size and the background position a bit, and also the light. It was 100 blur, and now it's 70 pixels blur. The last action that we need to do, but by the way, you can see that if I make it bigger and smaller, it will reveal more light, right? The last thing that we want to do is to remove the mouse effect for mobile. Let's remove it, and we want to replace it by loop animation. So it should cross the screen. So it's this one, and I want it to be from bottom, so it's go to bottom. The duration is 5 seconds. Okay, it's not that important. I just want to show you how to do it. All right, so if we preview it, so you can see that now the light is crossing the screen from top to bottom, and then you can get this effect on mobile. Okay, I don't know if you can see it very clear. Now here it's bluish, so you can see it goes outside, coming from top, and never stop. All right, so that was it. This is super nice effect. It's not that complicated to do it. It gives you the extra user experience. So try it yourself. I will add a free template for you to download and play with it. Let me know in the comment if you like it or not. And until next time, keep building amazing websites on Wix Studio.